the candidates for District 10 Supervisor. I'll just give you a little brief background and about myself and about why I'm running, and start from there. I'm the Executive Director of Green Depot, which is the home of San Francisco's biodiesel groups. In 2007, we were approached by the Department of the Environment to help them convert their polluting diesel fleet to biodiesel. And we did that in December of 2007. That made San Francisco the largest city in the world to do that. It's made a big difference in the environment. We were then, after the success of that, approached by the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission about forming a grease cycle program, a program that allowed us to go around the city to collect restaurant grease from restaurants for free and turn that into cleaner burning biodiesel. And we also created a green jobs program out at the wastewater treatment plant in Bayview. That's a great apprenticeship program with their 9910 program that they have there. We've had about a half a dozen people go through, and more we're training even as I speak. I also worked with the San Francisco Bay Railroad to convert their locomotives to biodiesel. We've probably trained and hired about over a dozen folks there from the community, local truckers. I'm probably the only candidate that's hauled away tens of thousands of tons from the Bayview Hunters Point shipyard, from the PG&E power plant, as well as the Trans-Bay cable project. My work in the community and the stuff I do with environmental justice has resonated with folks that are on the ground, many folks in this room. My belief is that we need to rebuild the middle class in District 10. We need to reform our schools, we need to reform our housing, we need to create jobs. I've done a lot of that kind of work in District 10 already. That's the kind of vision I have, making our schools community hubs where activity, training, all kinds of things can come from that, to make sure that there's real accountability, real transparency in the building and all the things that are going on in District 10. In terms of housing, in terms of jobs, and in terms of the budget. There's been a lot of waste, there's been a lot of duplication of services. I want to centralize a lot of those efforts. I've been pleased to be endorsed by ACE, by San Francisco Tomorrow. My environmental justice work has resonated with a lot of folks out there. I'm also on the board of directors of LEDGE, Literacy for Environmental Justice. We have the city's first and only off-the-grid building in San Francisco. It has its own solar, its own wastewater, it has a living roof. It's a great tool for students, for the Unified School District, for teachers to come out there and get folks to understand that we need to be good stewards of our environment. And perhaps we'll create the next generation of folks in wastewater and urban agronomy and those kinds of things. I think that District 10 is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to take a lot of the waste streams, a lot of the ills, a lot of the issues that we have with housing and make it into something positive. I really believe in the cooperative models, not just in housing, but I also believe in it in terms of jobs. There are groups like in Cleveland, for example, the Evergreen Cooperative, where folks were able to buy housing, they were able to get ownership, create bigger and better personal wealth, and also to create businesses out of there. They have their own solar, they have their own laundry, they have their own newspaper, they even have their own nursery. I mean, those are the kinds of things that we can do in District 10 right away. I mean, we don't have to wait to do that. And I want to get labor to work with the folks that want to mandate local jobs, local hiring. Again, in Cleveland, they've done that there. There's no reason in the world we can't do that in San Francisco. I've got a lot of great ideas about that, a lot of great ideas about revitalizing 3rd Street. I think it can be done. It needs to be the hub of activity in District 10, and it needs to attract businesses. I don't want to see folks build a bridge and go buy that and bypass that. I think we need to have a vibrant community that will be a beacon and a destination for the rest of the city of San Francisco. My message of doing that has resonated with a lot of folks, and that's why I'm running for Supervisor in District 10. And I'm a Mill Club member, and I'd seek your endorsement. I think I've worked well with others, and happy to entertain any questions you might have.